DJ motherfucker Abika. Qualique. Let's get it. Let's go. Huh? Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na.
I was gone for a little while, man.
Oh, na, na,
a whole bunch of shit changed. These new niggas got me like,
oh, na, 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 na,
I come back and niggas done changed for the worse.
Damn.
Man, they got softer than they were at first.
Right.
These little Uzi verse, niggas with skirts. I'm not a believer, but Lord have mercy. Hurts me the urgency, this is just cursory. You should converse with me, see how it hurts me. There should be a limit. What the fuck is Percy? What the fuck is Percy? There's an emergency, not till infinity. They just subliminally push femininity. No masculinity in this vicinity, losing their mind. Kennedy told me she missed me, but never would visit me. Now it's fuck you, she asked what's gotten into me. Somebody rimming me, she just offended me. We met the end of me, bitch, you won't end me. During prison, living wall to wall. Was dreaming Cartiers and Audemars. To private shopping sprees and Audemars. From the weakest bitches to some muscle bros. Seen cuz blow a $500,000 from a settlement, that shit was madness. Back at the beginning, that's the definition. Acting like you never really had shit. Cause we ain't never really had shit. Except a triple beam plus a couple dreams. Toast a couple lean, blow some gasoline with promethazine, boost your self-esteem. Was used to watching auntie in the kitchen, baking soda, cultivate the motivation. It changed via legal complications. I had cases, then a bunch of obligations. It was heartbreaking, like.
Oh, na, 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 na.
The time for remorse would have been when my husband was yelling to free. That would have been the time for him to show some type of remorse or some type of care for another human being's life. He was screaming 11 times that he can't breathe.
Oh, na, 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 na.
How could we put our trust in the justice system when they fail us like this?
Oh, na, 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 na.
All I know is the Coco dressing like Cobos. Now I'm at Popo. From the streets of Chicago, even in Africa. Talk is a no-no. Fed taking pictures to order me. Talk about shit that they never did. Moving it right out my mama crib. Davin's gon' try like Karate Kid. Look what you made, no apology. Blood diamonds all on me, fuck the economy. Middle finger, who in front of me? Diamonds gon' shine, they on high beam. Real nigga rock with me, high beam. Hoping they follow me, I build a colony, I am a prodigy. She wanna fuck the Somali freak. Baltimore pain, that's a part of me. Arizona, we can't breathe. Michael Brown had his hands up. Go make a stand if you stand up. Down the dot like a mother, like Trayvon and Martin. We marching in hoodies, rifles and bullets. Trying we pull it. The revolution not televised, so they lie on the footage. And I'm never gonna leave cause I planted some seeds. If I die then I'm rooted. Payback for Cougar, who gon' refuse us? Building the empire Lucius. Lions, tigers, bears fighting you scared. We highly prepared, should there be like his last. I kill it like 5 shots. God, I'm loving my vibe now. Like,
oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na.
Spirit of rebellion or revolution began to spread among the masses of black people in this country. And they began to take an active part, and they showed that they weren't confined to this non-violent approach. Then the government or the power structure began to sit up and take notice.
Yeah, started from the bottom, got it out the mud. Sold a couple bags, connected with the plug. Put my people on, we call it spreading love. Until my people on everything they took. They say, we been out for too long, move on. No sense of urgency, cruise on. You gon' keep sipping on them like food sauce. So you gon' wake up, bomb, walaikum salam, really alarm. Arm, leg, arm, heads for every soul that was lynched off the edge. Malcolm, Martin, Garvey, Harriet, and Fred, all our leaders is dead. I know they hate us, but they cannot fed us. We are the greatest. Granny Shannon got me looking like lasers. Hope it's contagious. Streets corners seem to beef on them. You either die survive or you sleep on them. Lost a lot of niggas RIP for them. They wish somebody would've reached for them. Told moms we was gonna make it out. She said make sure you don't make it back. Watch what you say, cause if you call them out, then they gon' make sure they come take it back. Like,
oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na.
Hey, South African shit, nigga.
Yeah, Africa.
Overseas shit. Yeah, Turkish shit for these South Africans. You hear me?
Get it right.
You hear me? From Chi-Town to South Africa, you hear me? From America. DJ motherfucker Abika. Qualique. Let's get it. Let's go. Huh?
Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na.
I was gone for a little while, man.
Oh, na, na,
A whole bunch of shit changed.
na.
These new niggas got me like,
Oh, na, 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 na.
I come back and niggas done changed for the worst.
Damn.
Man, they got softer than they were at first.
Right.
These Lil Uzi verse. Niggas with skirts. I'm not a believer, but Lord have mercy. Hurts me the urgency. This is just cursory. You should converse with me. See how it hurts me. There should be a limit. What the fuck is Percy? What the fuck is Percy? There's an emergency, not till infinity. They just subliminally push femininity. No masculinity in this vicinity. Losing their mind. Kennedy told me she missed me, but never would visit me. Now it's fuck you, she asked what's gotten into me. Somebody rimming me, she just offended me. We met the end of me, bitch, you won't hand me. During prison, living wall to wall. Was drinking car.
Maybe they were just jealous because they didn't change. Maybe they were ashamed because they didn't change.
Who run it? We run it. Who does it like we does it? We the shit, that's it. I would say it if we wasn't. Try to stop it, homie. We gon' put some problems on them. Nigga, what you hating for? Tell me what the problem, homie. Why you mad? 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 Why you hating on me? Don't be mad. 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 Can't get like me. Hands to the sky, not questioning where my life is. Cause right now, I'm getting life in. Fast money, homie, tell me what a price is. On my way to New York, tell him how life feels. Great big dude, carry my own weight. Was taught at a young age, put food on my own plate. I go hard, yeah. Any means, I do what I gotta, but I won't do anything. Money over bitches, boy, amongst many things. My niggas straight street, turn butter into cream. Niggas screaming they got dough, but nothing is what it seems. Fast money, we do it big. Keep your focus right here, you know. Who run it? We run it. Who does it like we does it? We the shit, that's it. I would say it if we wasn't. Try to stop it, homie. We gon' put some problems on them. Nigga, what you hating for? Tell me what the problem, homie. Why you mad? 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 Why you hating on me? Don't be mad. 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 Can't get it like me. I'm about to take flight, homie. No landing gear. Cause life seems much better from up here. I feel good on that laid back shit. I'm trying to get my money tall on that made back shit. How they told me to put her on the corner and make that quick. Then send her to the club like shake that shit. Yeah, doing me, staying in my lane. Most of them change over change. Give a fuck about a rim or a change. If my family
They didn't have enough time for them. Well, maybe they weren't worth your time. They laughed at my dreams and my goals. Well, maybe they were embarrassed because they didn't have it. Maybe their dreams were really nightmares.
Who run it? We run it. Who does it like we does it? We the shit, that's it. I would say it if we wasn't. Try to stop it, homie. We gon' put some problems on them. Nigga, what you hating for? Tell me what the problem, homie. Why you mad? 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 Why you hating on me? Don't be mad. 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 Can't get it like me.
Maybe their dreams were really nightmares. Maybe their lives was really just a horror story. They said I changed.
You either locked in the slammer or buried by the hammer. The rich are getting richer, it's war amongst the famine. Watch how you move out here. Keep a tool out here. The weather the only thing that's cool out here. Never judge a book by its cover. Know the rules. I seen the smartest niggas get clapped by a fool. I don't trust friends too much, they rarely there in the clutch. And if they is, they trying to do you in. I seen niggas in the hood filled with so much stress. They out here stealing cars despite the GPS, yes. No longer comfy in the LS. No money for the people, what they tell us. Conversation with AP in the Discord. I can tell by our voice we both filled with discord. All I can say is hold your head. Where we from, we got a 50-50 chance, damn. This year been filled with not agains. Praying I don't get a call from Z like he got shot again. Knowing him, his pride won't let it slide. So I pray for him every time he take a ride. No holidays, we hardly have days that we can manage. Wartime in the hood, these youngins doing damage. No Thanksgiving, still get cranberry over your dressing. 85% I study every expression. The culture body ecstatic, then read the message. You niggas hating on your own equals, steal from the wrong people. And they look just like you. And they ain't got much, homie, just like you. It's been crazy round here, my sleeping balance. Trying to shake these demons, sleep paralysis. Late night conversation with Sue during this quarantine. Just say he numb to death, he don't feel a thing. Despite the pain, we still proud. Though we lost more than we gained, we still smile. So we get on these podcasts and react to food. Only the master shit that we going through. Ain't talked to masks in a minute, but I understand the situation. I told King he was my motivation. Ownership over money, he dropped the G-Wagon on that foundation. But I throw it away, if he can say today. Another day and know I would've been gone. The other day he just texted my phone. Yeah, been crazy. Moss taking care of fam, so he rarely around. When he ain't dealing with reality, he in the clouds. Despite the pain, we still proud. Though we lost more than we gained, we still smile. Yeah.
As you guys come in, hit the like button. We about to go live in 2 seconds.
Official live with
hit the like button, type in the chat. Buy it, steal it, sell it, whatever you need to do.
Our Father.
Our Father, who art in heaven,
I'll be thy name.
I'll be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
That will be done. Man, fuck all that, man. I ain't saying no prayers for no coons, man. You niggas, listen, you got a round table. A bunch of squares at a round tables are the straight coons. Now I done told you niggas about that coon meter. Listen, a coon is a very dangerous animal. No matter what race, creed, or color. You niggas got a job. Oh, I forgot that nigga last he was a chemist. Oh, no, boss. Right, that nigga said he was dealing with alchemy. Then the nigga said he was dealing with contracts. The next thing I knew, this nigga was the black man with the Chinese store on Crenshaw. You can't trust that nigga. Ladies and gentlemen.
This Chicago, nigga. Listen. I can never lose to this nigga. Whisper like he a snitch nigga. Who damn near cried in the Discord when the Clips called him a bitch nigga. King trash, king ass, and king ash. Your bloodline subside, my bloodline sublime, let a real king pass. Do your top smoking like a TP when I lock down on the PG. Kill a nigga with the gloves on, so you know I did it off GP. I'ma show you how to wow on them. Beat a nigga, then style on them. You niggas ain't got enough strikes out here, homie, to call foul on them. And you ain't a goon, nigga, and I don't need to presume, nigga. All that black power don't mean shit with a racist in your room, nigga. Confirmation of a coon, nigga. Fire, I smell fumes, nigga. 2 pistol in hands, race up on them like cartoons, nigga. Shotty to the body after body, all in the walls. Look how we got a red dot, him headshot, and when I spotted to his ass once, it's a red bottom shame. How they call them brains over all them games for the slaughter names in the order. You niggas is two-faced, fuck around and get souffle. All top of those truth knows waiting on us. Heavy comments pass, never caught lacking in traffic. I got an easy pass on the interstate with the white girl. Call it an easy bag. Look at these 2 thigh-ass rappers with their easy ass. Pull up to the round table. Watch how I send nigga around the table. See how many around the table. 10 rounds around the table. Spit on niggas and walk around the table. Fuck's up with these old birds. All this chirping with no words. I don't really see the sick in humor. All I see is Whoopi Goldberg. Tell these dummies get their head together. Let them know we ready for whatever. You don't need to fact check this resolution when it's clear that I led better. All this whole rapping and this toe tap, he got you in too deep, yo. I don't see savage, but above average like with 2 ends meet. Let's go. Swear to God, y'all ain't guilty by association. Swear to God, round table ain't filled with rapists and racists. J-Tech out on Twitter, sending dick pics to the kitty litter. And these type of niggas y'all choose to care fight with? Honestly, I wouldn't put it past y'all niggas. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna ask y'all niggas. Honestly, you done already set tasks for your niggas when you put a captain on your squad named Thug Nasty, nigga.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yeah, I go vicious on you, dick lickers. I'ma call you human. You ain't sick with it. Trigger finger itching. I'ma switch flipper. Shotty with the grip, hand to handle like the Lil Dipper. Thotty on my hip, I just hand it to you, lil niggas. Pistol in the tits, let it rip, let her deal with your blood. This blood, that, and you a crip, nigga. And he call himself King Thrash, you ain't shit, nigga. Well, let's take bling, pass, you better split, nigga. Well, let's take bling, pass, you better split, nigga. Well, let's take bling, pass, you better split, nigga. Bling, pass, you better split, nigga. Pardon me, I'm barging in with a gas mask, no oxygen. Take the clap back, we pass that, guns click, clap, applaud them in. Inauguration to your obliteration, I'm spitting fire, incineration. Red dot with a line on them, make your head pop with an exclamation. Burial, notice, excavation, the imperial, no exaggeration. Put the whip to your cool niggas' laceration, that's a flashing worthy of approbation. Here's the situation, put them hot slugs in a trash nigga, call it liquid metal. Big army knife go round and round, that sick nigga, call it twisted metal. It's a situation, put them hot slugs in a trash nigga, call it liquid metal. Bitch. Big army knife go round and round, that sick nigga, call it twisted metal. It's a situation, put them hot slugs in a trash nigga, call it liquid metal. Big army knife go round and round, that sick nigga, call it twisted metal.
Nigga, you got a better chance, nigga, run through a pack of racks with cheese on your back than fuck with the broadband bullies, baby. That's how we doing it, baby. Matter of fact, do yourself, baby. Cut your motherfucking wrist, nigga. Slide down a razor blade to a pool of alcohol, nigga. Die slow. May our name change like shit in your mouth, nigga. You heard me? Don't let that go over your head, man. Let our name taste like shit in your mouth, nigga. The broadband bully's this. The broadband bully. Get your motherfucking money right, nigga. Now worry what we doing over here. Got our name all in your mouth. Got our dicks all in your mouth. Yeah, all due respect, you know me, nigga, I'm there. I got no respect for none of you niggas. Matter of fact, you got some other nigga with Precious, Whoopi Goldberg. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon. Back. Yes, I'm a very special show today. Griffin Gaming. And I got my man David Jaffe here. We're going to talk some shit. And as you guys come in, you be so kind, hit the like button. We're going to shout you out.
Okay,
all right, we are live. We are live. Praise God, we are live. Praise God.
All right, we're live.
Praise the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, we got 119 people watching. We got 64 likes. When I call your name, hit that like button. Man, we today is going to be a good show. So let me go ahead and shout y'all out. Let's see. AZ, did you tweet it out as well?
I'm doing it right now. Well, yeah.
All right, go ahead. All right.
Man.
Good.
You ain't see your name in it? You ain't see your name in it?
No, I didn't check yet. I was just making sure you did, so I could do that. Mr. JTK back in the house. Barrios, what's good, brother? Aaron Palamine, what's good? Stop 6 Doc. Ronan Gomez, my brother. Tweezy the Wolf, I see you. Mr. Quarantine, David DRC. Spider 8, what's good? Colvin Man in the house, my brother. We got Gorilla 1. Who else we got? Anthony Vasquez is back. Rich, I see you. He said, Post Up had a meltdown. Yeah, buddy. We got Juan Castillo, Overdone. Memes was good, my brother. I got you. DDP 540 in the house. Crimson X25. We got Snake 24. John Nada is back in the house. Ty Kid 86 was good. He said, hit that like button. Damn, 2 shows in one day. Yeah, buddy. Let's get it. Kara Anchor. We got Snake 24. Chris Walter. Bam Reacts is in the house. What's good? Gotta be legend. Welcome back. We got Skinny Dipping with the Piranhas in the house. Damn. Oh, man.
Shout out to him. That's the first one I'm hearing that name. Skinny Dipping with the Piranhas.
Yeah. Chris 91. Classic 153. It's Mr. Ray. We got Adventures of New Yokio in the house. What's good? Ford Mustang. What's good, player? I see you. Heat the Heathen Stevens. King Reaper. Playbox. Hit that like button. Come on, y'all. I've been reading 5 minutes and y'all still ain't hitting the like button.
Oh, man. They want David to curse their ass out again.
Yeah. Jaffe gonna come in and curse y'all and make y'all hit that like button. Anthony Vasquez. We got Joe DeAmaro. What's good? Emmanuel A1. Power Man, 4K, what's good, brother? 9 Star Games, Erodimus in the house. Middle Lemon, we got other Zinc, Weatherman in the house. CA Real in the house. We got Stone 23. 6'2" on a block. I see you, player. You say, what up, Z?
What up?
24. John Jets. Let's see. Foopy in the house. Ooh. We got Jaffe loves Foopy. His name is Foopy. Man. We got Jaffe Jaffe likes big white women. Oh man.
I like them all, you little fucker. And here's the deal. Fuck stick. I can get any of them that I want. You, on the other hand, it's like, Mama, can I take the car out this weekend? I'm going to pick up a girl. Please, shit the fuck down, motherfucker.
Oh, man. Let's see. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Hey, Z, check your phone. We got King of the Road. We got Iron Fist. We got Tracy Got Game. We got Zim in the house. What's good, player? Panda Mark, I see you. He said 343 developers are asking Insomniac for jobs. God damn, Xbox Nation still hurt. Yes, sir. We're gonna talk about it. Emmanuel A1. We got the Geeky Nerd. Welcome. Who else we got? OG Proficial with the $2. Salute you, dirty fuck niggas. Yeah, buddy, we're gonna talk about it. We got J Dog in the house, Alpha, Apex Alpha. We got the Ruham, Buck Dad, Mutanmo in the house. Let me get some of these super checks.
Praise God.
With the 1000 CRC. Enlighten them, Jaffe. Enlighten them. Yeah, man. He gonna come bring that wisdom. No source of income is in the house. Oh, man. Iron Fist, I see you, brother. You be funny out there with the memes. Tracy Got Game. Who else we got? Make sure I get everybody for y'all start screaming. Hit the like button, man. Get us to 100. We got 166 people watching and 95 likes. God damn, stop being lazy. King of the Road C6, my brother, what's good? Middle Lemon, Fridge 91, 9 lives, what's good, player? We got Buck That in the back of the minivan with many men. Focus. We got who else we got? Quincy Sarias, Damian Percival, what's good, brother? I'm the king. J-Dog, I see you. Y'all know we got Griffin Gaming in the back. He on the panel too. Illest Cat in Nebraska. He said Xbox is making a GoBots game. Oh man, stall him out. Hyperheim in the house. EK Site, I see you. Black Time Cruise, not the white one, but the black one. What's good, my brother? We got Parker Gaming in the house. Parker, the OLED warlord. Declan Gleason is here. We got what else? We got Salty. I see you, player. I see you. Salty Gaming in the house. Let me get to some more of these super chats.
Praise God.
McNeil Chris J with the $5. Crimson Skies, fucking nigga. Fuck Wolverine in my post-up voice. Yeah, man. Hey, we working on something with that. We got to resurface that whole topic with my brother post-up. Verge Brizzle in the house. Avoid the Void. I see you. Astro in the house. Mike Andy. T. Beckett in the house. Per Flack Monkey. Departed 9064. My brother. On Your Kill List is in the house. Brooklyn 2700. Tommy Bull. Palamoko in here. Come on, man. Hit that like button. We got 110 likes, 176 people watching. Y'all getting up there. Y'all know we got David Jaffe in the house. We're going to talk about the PlayStation Showcase recap. He starts about God of War, Ragnarock. We got Griffin Gaming. We're going to talk about what he's up to, what he think about the last show. We'll see what kind of damage control the Xbox dude's been up to. Shout out to LBK Legend, my brother. This is a Sick Negro with the $5. Notifications are tripping. I missed the whole show last time. YouTube is sick as hell. Big facts, man. YouTube don't want to believe it. Chango Martinez, Brian King, Black Sabbath. I see you. Panda Mark. All right, Z. What do we got, man? What are we talking about? We got it, man. We got 102. We got a good ratio. Let's go.
Okay, hold on one second. Okay, hold up. Let me bring you guys my phone so I can see you guys live. Am I coming through clear?
Yes, sir. Skull Records with the $5. Z, my days are numbered. I only have a limited time on Earth. I cannot play these dog shit Game Pass games while here. Fuck with Phil saying, oh,
Yo, them motherfuckers is crazy, bro. That motherfuckers
hey
is
man,
crazy.
Jaffe gonna get on you about talking about Game Pass.
Yeah,
AP
yeah.
the Shooter with the $5. Z Panel, what's good?
Yeah.
Jaffe, would this new God of War win Game of the Year if they had Yiddies on the screen at all times? Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah, titties on the screen at all times. Yeah.
What kind of a grown-ass man can't, muster up the courage to write the word titties?
You can block it.
You gotta put a Y in there.
Yeah, hey, Jaffe, your mic breaking up, Jaffe. Hey, Jaffe, your mic breaking up. You want to hop out and hop back in?
YouTube's soft as fuck.
Your mic,
hot.
It's coming in hot.
The mic.
Yeah, hop out and hop back in if you could. It's coming in choppy. You can barely hear every other word you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think he's paying attention to you.
Hello, Jaffe?
Yeah.
I can't even hear him now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Now you're better. Now you're better.
Is that better? Sorry, I was playing with my girlfriend's Yiddies. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
As you should, sir. We got everything. Z. We got everything right now.
Okay. All right. Where's my goddamn mic? Hold on. Hold these cameras is rolling. Right. Okay. So wait. Okay.
Hold on. Which mic you using today? Is it the Hound the Hog mic or the
Nah. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it basic. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it simple in front of the common folks today. You know what I mean?
You got the rebuilding. You got the rebuilding mic.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Start from scratch.
The building fund mic. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Church need a new roof mic. This mic I got right here today. We got another thing here. We get that when we get started.
LBK Legend with the $5. David, you still owe me for that 8-ball, fuck nigga.
Oh man.
Man.
I don't even know what the fuck what's he talking about?
An 8-ball of cocaine. He said you sold him, but he gave you his money via Cash App. And you supposed to throw him an 8-ball of cocaine. What's going on, Jaffe?
I'm raised in the suburbs of Alabama. An 8-ball is the thing you shake up and ask questions to, and that's what I think of an 8-ball. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh man.
3 grams of cocaine, Jaffe. 3 goddamn grams of the devil's dandruff. Cocaine.
Wait a minute. Who was saying that was Z?
No, that wasn't me. That was the guy that asked you in the question. He said he said you paid you in advance. He said you paid you in advance. For an 8-ball.
Sorry, you guys. I gotta go. I thought this was a Weapon Wheel podcast.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Jesus! Stomp his ass out. Lock the doors.
Man, he's starting already. Big Give Legend with the $9. Shout out to Z and Panel. Big love from the UK. We appreciate that, my brother. We appreciate that. We got the OG Proficial in the house with the $2. How old was Jaffe when he made Twisted Metal?
24.
That's a good question, Jaffe. 24. See, he was a young buck, ready and had so much spunk and pizzazz, and ready to take the world on.
I ain't gonna lie, Jaffe. I might be a little jealous right now. 24. God damn, you sound like you were responsible. Had your 401k. At 24, I had 5 bitches on the side, motherfucking half a kid cocaine, and 2 fine white Jew bitches in the trunk of the goddamn car. God damn, he was about to make video games. 24, that's what's up, man. Shit.
Yeah, man. The difference is you're gonna make more on this stream super chat than the cost of that first game we made.
No, don't.
No, because the games were so inexpensive back then that I don't think Sony gave a shit. It's like that thing, $850K. Yeah, sure, fucking take it. Let them take the reins.
Okay.
Today it's a lot different. Today you're talking about 220 million. So.
Okay, how about before we get while the room is still full, how we get into the meat of the show? Games were much cheaper back then, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And I say low cost on high reward.
Yeah, think about that. I think Twisted Metal was $49 at retail, and we spent $850K on it. It sold over like $650,000 at full price.
So I was asking. So you see, then I guess that was more or less. I guess what generation was the PS2 and 1? That was what, 6th generation, 7th.
That was the 5th generation.
Whatever goddamn generation was. But what I'm saying is, do you have the upwards? I mean, the rise of, I guess, the Western developers, whether the EA, the Ubisoft, and I remember it was a comment that Kojima made that he was saying that I think he was impressed with Grand Theft Auto 3 it was at the time, and saying they got to keep up. Do you think to this day a lot of those Japanese developers got caught in, I guess, in the mold of making those cheap games, whether it was the Dragon Quest 55 or Dynasty Warrior 19, and making a shitload of money, and that's why they kind of went the way of the dodo bird, you think?
You know, I really, there's probably like 3 or 4 key factors. Part of it's that, but part of it's also the Japanese audience and how they respond to games is just, it's very different. They really dove hard, and they're still there in the mobile games. Like it became hard, I think, for the Japanese folks. Like you were going to them and saying, you need to step up your production value if you want to sell in Europe and if you want to sell in the Americas. And it really wasn't sort of part of their DNA and their culture anyway. And then they were looking at other companies that were making insane amounts of money off these fucking mobile games. And I think a lot of them just said, fuck this, we're Sega Sammy, we'll just focus on mobile games, or we're Konami, we'll focus on pachinko. You know, so I think part of it is just sort of they can make a lot more money doing other things, and the barrier of entry and the risk of failure is so great when you're talking about these big budget games. I think that was as big a part of it as the fact that maybe they were making, you know, Dragon Quest 27 or whatever.
Griffin, you there, Griffin?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, don't be so shy. I mean, you want to ask something? You mean talk to him?
Yeah, I mean, I can add on to the Japanese thing. The other thing too that's really big over there is the MMOs and browser games. Like they're moving away from physical hardware altogether. Like on the Switch now, most of the games that come out are just straight up streaming. So the market over there is very different. And they'd rather spend money on like outfits and shit in games than buy different games. Like it's really weird. Sony's most profitable video game is their mobile game. I think Fate Grand Order.
Yeah,
they make more from that game in a year than the profit on the PlayStation division in some years.
What is their streaming? I mean, is their streaming experience better in Japan than it is for
like
people in
gigabit
America?
internet is standard.
Everybody has,
no, everything's much more advanced.
They have more. They have
that area leads the world in speed. So.
Cool. I mean, I think we're getting there. I mean, we're going to end up there as well. But that's interesting to see. Once everybody gets a great streaming experience, a lot of them just don't go back. It's why would you?
Yeah.
And that's the thing I think Sony's worried about too, and which is why they're moving stuff over to PC, is because the Japanese market's moving so far away from consoles at this point. They need to still be able to move those units in that country, and they're having trouble doing that with physical hardware.
That makes total sense.
Okay. Well. All right. Well, I guess the last little thing. Let me refresh the page so I can see what's going on here.
Because PlayStation's market share has been dropping. I think year over year. The Switch is like completely dominant over there.
What, in Japan? Well, I would say this. I guess it's maybe the yin and yang, because Japan is it's not the what it once was and everything. The leading. And when it comes to far as sales, you know what I mean? I mean, before back in the day, games were released in Japan first, and then come stateside. And, you know what I mean? That's not the case anymore. I mean, this last one we can get started with these questions.
All right. We got Black Sabbath with the $2. David, can you give me Andrea Daly's phone number? Oh man.
Well, she's actually, I would say she's working full time now, so she's not doing freelance anymore. You can reach out to her on her Twitter, but I think her freelance days are over because she's working on a full time game now, so it won't really do you any good.
Yeah. McNeil Chris J with $5. Z, put some respect on Final Fantasy franchise. Final Fantasy 7 remake is godly. Yeah, no, he said Dragon Quest, not Final Fantasy. We already know that. That's you know.
Yeah, I like how they redid it. You know what I mean? Not the term, they made it more modern. Even though they got to get rid of my man. My man. What's the black actor? Goddamn.
Coltrane.
Give it a Coltrane. You dig? Yeah, that shit is kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
Emmanuel A1 with the $2. Final Fantasy VII remake is Abomination, and this is an Xbox gamer. Yeah, buddy, it ain't on your console. That's why. On your kill list with the $6.99. Shout out to Jaffe, Z, and the rest of the cast. Keep doing what you do. Shows have been fire. We appreciate that.
Hey, give me my flowers so I can smell them, fuck nigga. Check it out, right? Okay, so they had the PlayStation Showcase the other day. I'm sure everybody in the mama have seen it by now. I'll start with, well, I guess Griffin. What were your thoughts? Highs, lows, or you know what I mean? What actually, you know what? Well, I'm sorry, David. I've seen that you threatened to sue someone on Twitter about did someone misquote you on a tweet or some shit?
Well, you know, people on social media, maybe in real life, seem to struggle with the idea that if you have a nuanced opinion and any of that nuanced opinion isn't basically taking your cock out and coming all over your console of choice, then you must be a hater. And so it wasn't that I was being misquoted. It was that I was being misunderstood by fucking morons, I guess would be a better way to put it. Because what I said, my impressions of it were, I thought there were some really great looking games. And I literally, I said, I can show you the clip. I said there were a bunch of those games that will probably be 8, 9s, 10 out of 10 titles. I thought Project Eve looked really fun. I thought is it Forspoken, whatever the fuck that's called. That looks really, really cool. I immediately liked the world. I liked the character. I liked the writing. It looked fun. Her navigation was awesome. Absolutely. I'm not a GT guy, but if you're into that, that looks, it's hard to tell what that looks like. It's hard to imagine that's going to look. How do I put this? So when you watch Microsoft show off Forza 7 Horizon or Horizon 7, whatever they call it, they're showing real gameplay. When you're watching the Gran Turismo stuff, a lot of that they showed is from their replay camera. And I remember back at Sony when I was working there and we were seeing the replay camera from GT2. And we were like, there's no fucking way that's real. And it's like, they put filters on it in real time and they give it great camera perspectives. So I still think GT's still hard for me to get my head around in terms of how good it really looks. But that's obviously a great series if you're into that. And then obviously Spider-Man 2, Wolverine in the hands of Insomniac is amazing. God of War, even though I was like, yes, it looks very similar. And I think that's going to be an interesting challenge for them to overcome. I still think God of War 2018 was one of my favorite games in a long time. And I think this is, if nothing else, it's more of the same. So my biggest criticism of the Sony conference was not individual games. My biggest criticism was that there is a sense that I have that there is a lack of diversity in their portfolio. And I don't mean that like people are like, well, Jaffe, that's not true. This is a cover shooter and this is a straight up shooter and Ratchet's a cartoony game. And I don't mean it like that. I mean diversity like, I would love to see a competitive first person shooter. I was tweeting about, I would love to see like a Smash Brothers meets Overwatch with all the Sony characters and it's kind of a competitive free-to-play shooter. I would love to see a really interesting twist on co-op games. I would love to see
something like a SOCOM maybe.
Well, maybe, but the bigger point though is most of their games are you play a character going on a narrative-based adventure, and they do those better than any other company out there. But I think there are a number of genres that are just games that people love that they are absolutely missing. And I don't think they're dumb to that. They know that. They've tried to make a go of it with Destruction All-Stars. It wasn't great. It was well produced. It was a wonderful piece of execution, but it wasn't a very, sticky game. That was my complaint. And people were just absolutely, not all people, but a lot of people just came at me like I was shitting on Sony. And I'm kind of like going, to me, it's so, I know I shouldn't be surprised anymore. But to me, it's just fascinating that there are people out there that really think they deserve a seat at the conversation of discussing this stuff in a meaningful way and being taken seriously, when the only way that you can connect with them is to say nothing but great things about something. And if you say one thing nuanced that isn't, oh my God, the sun shines out of PlayStation's ass, you must hate PlayStation. So that's kind of what went down.
So, like, don't you think that them maybe not focusing on multiplayer is a good thing because they've found their niche and they filled that gap? Because, I mean, anybody can put out a multiplayer shooter, and most multiplayer shooters come from, like, these unknown studios at this point. Like, look at Fortnite, look at PUBG, stuff like that. That's the stuff that blows up now. And it's like, instead of chasing that trend, Sony focuses on what they want to do, and it has that audience.
Yeah, but I think the problem becomes that that's an absolute, in my opinion, that's an absolute correct philosophy if you are a publisher. But if you're a hardware manufacturer and you are a publisher and your job is to bring new people to the hardware, ultimately then the question becomes, if someone else comes along, be it PC, be it Switch, or be it Game Pass, and they're able to provide you clearly not as good of those kinds of games as Sony does, but they also give you, you know, a Mario platform game or a Microsoft Flight Sim or an Among Us or, you know, a variety of experiences. I think it becomes harder to be a hardware manufacturer in a one-trick pony, no matter how brilliant that pony is.
Well, I'll add this in there is I hear exactly what you're saying, Dave, but I guess my take is that in a sea of first-person shooters, in a sea of all of these games that, you know, the Fortnites and the Among Us and all of these services type games, in a sea of thousands of those games that's flooding in the market right now, it just fathers me that some people would want Sony to chase that rabbit when clearly other people, third party, have mastered that and have done that. And so Sony could go and try to chase that rabbit, right? And they could epically keep losing and losing and losing with that. I just think that...
Okay, they could, but it's Sony. They have great experience, great resources. Are you telling me I don't believe in being fans of a console at the exclusion of other consoles, but let's assume your goal is to make PlayStation a wonderful place to play, and it's the number one and all that stuff. You're telling me that if you were a fan of PlayStation as sort of, quote, the winner, you wouldn't want them to have an exclusivity to something like Rainbow Six Siege? The only place to play that game is there. Or the only place to play this crazy game that's the new Fortnite or Among Us or Fall Guys that everybody's, you know, hype on for a couple of months. You got to get a PlayStation to play that. I mean, isn't that the whole point? The only reason that people aren't complaining is because, yes, they do have one niche covered, but I think you're going to want to cover more than that. I mean,
I don't know. With that being said, right? Yeah, you're absolutely right. They got the story-driven narrative games covered, right? They got VR covered, right? Because they're the only game in town for that in the console space. I would like for them to bring back the Soken franchise, which is a multiplayer shooter. Yes, of course. I've been asking that for a long time. Will they bring that back? I don't know. I hope they do. But again, going out there chasing it, and maybe it's just me, I'm kind of tired of being flooded with a bunch of these free-to-play games or games like that that's just, and obviously they just suck your money, but that's just me personally. Would I want Sony? Sure, I want Sony to have any and every game under the sun or genre under the sun to try to fill out that portfolio of people who want to do that, right? But again, I feel like third party has already mastered that. And guess what? Those games sell more on PlayStation. And so PlayStation market those games. And so that's why I don't think, right? I want them to do it, but I don't think that Sony's going to do it for that specific reason.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what you're coming at it from. I have a PlayStation 5. I have an Xbox X. I have all of them. I don't really care because I play the games I love. Like, I'm obsessed with Director's Cut of Tsushima right now. I never played Miles Morales. I'm playing the fuck out of Miles Morales, loving that the director, Brian Horton of Miles Morales, was revealed to be the director of the new Wolverine. People think I'm hating on Sony. When I'm having these conversations with people, I'm having them as a guy who worked at Sony and with Sony for over 20 years, and it's more of a, if I was sitting in a room with Scott Rhodey and back in the day Alan Becker and Shannon and Sean Layden, and they're like, Jaffe, what do you think we need to do? That's where this is coming from. I'm looking at more of a future sense of, strategically speaking, if I was an executive in Sony, this is what I would say is their current Achilles heel. But some people hear that and think I'm saying, I don't like Sony. And it's like, that's not what I'm saying. So if Sony never does anything else and they're able to keep paying the bills and putting the games that people love, great. I'll keep buying them and I'll keep loving them.
Well, let me ask you this: with the emergence of China in their gaming division and the partnerships with Sony and the China Joy stuff, do you think that could be their tap on trying to tackle stuff like that? Do you think that's the?
I just banned all new video games, so that may not be
it, man.
Well, they did.
Yeah,
God
they just
damn.
literally put a ban on all new release video games.
Yeah, they be bugging. God damn.
Yeah.
I guess that's the end of that.
Yeah, no, the Chinese market's really unpredictable, but I just kind of want to chime in on the multiplayer thing.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, with most of these multiplayer games that come out now, you need to have them multi-platform because you need people talking about them. You want to have people watching it and then being able to go and play it themselves. Having it locked behind hardware is not going to allow it to spread that way because your average 10 or 12-year-old who watches their favorite YouTuber play a game isn't going to be able to go and drop $500 on a console.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
that's why Halo is free to play now.
Yeah, and that's why they're trying to put it on even cell phones at this point.
Yeah, why wouldn't Sony do that though? Why couldn't they say, here's SOCOM and you can play it on PC, you can play it on cell phone, you can play it on Xbox. We don't care. We're making the money.
But the problem is with that is even if you have successful multiplayer games, look at Ubisoft, going back to the Rainbow Six example you brought up. They hit gold with that. But then they tried to put out that Battle Royale, which was called Hyperscape or something like that. I don't even remember the name. And that thing completely bombed. So even these companies that have success in this genre can't consistently put out games that are guaranteed to be successes. And I think that's kind of Sony's mentality is instead of trying to race to the next trend, focus on what works.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
the problem with that though, and I think you're right, but the problem with that is even that though, did we just lose power? What happened? The problem with that is that what works for Sony right now is coming at increasing costs, right? So the budgets on those games, I mean, Sean Layden spoke about this he spoke about it last week again, and he spoke about it a couple of months ago. The average cost of a PlayStation 5 game is now $200 million is what Sean Layden was saying. That's not me extrapolating. And so the games, if Sony was saying, you know what, we are the best storyteller kind of games in the business, I would say, yes, you're absolutely right. And you guys make phenomenal games. And then if they were saying, but we understand that not all games need or can afford to be $200 million, we're going to start putting out still great, fun, awesome single-player story games, but they're going to be shorter. They're going to be less expensive. We're going to drop them more frequently. At least, they're in my opinion, if I was an executive at Sony, I would say, guys, we're making a shit ton of money, but we're heading towards a cliff because how expensive. The audience is not growing. The audience for games is growing, but the audience for console games is not growing. How long until we get to the edge of the cliff where this is not sustainable? I mean, that's a concern, man.
Well, I think that's why they're starting to move to put it on other platforms like the PC ports 2 or 3 years after launch to go ahead and capitalize on that additional audience. Because going back over to the Asian region, China, for example, I know they're not really a great example right now, but basically no one has a console. You're playing on your phone or computer, and that's it. So I think that's kind of what Sony's realized, but it doesn't necessarily mean they need to change their genres.
Okay. Well, okay. Wait, hold up. We get a few bills right here.
Okay, we got Nethos in the house, my brother. The dog. $50. Oh man, praise God. The number one show on YouTube, Rob Van Bullis. Big facts, brother. We appreciate that, man. We got Kieski with the $10. Sounds like you guys are not interested in health and the longevity of a company, but you're being selfish and throwing a tantrum because you want what you want. It's a sickness that needs to be treated. Oh man. Select Start Gaming, welcome with $5. Does SOCOM fit today? There are games that do what SOCOM did, but better. A lot has changed since the last SOCOM. They need a new multiplayer. And I agree with that. That goes back to my point. When others do it better, Do you really want to chase something that someone has mastered and continue to, Emmanuel A1 with the $5. PlayStation used to be experimental. Jim Ryan is betraying the DNA of the company, being scared to take risks on different games. Show their weak. This is King Xbox dude here saying.
And you got another one.
We got Alton Kemp. Yeah, I got him.
Another one.
Alton Kemp with the $5. I don't know about FPS multiplayer. I wish they bring back multiplayers like Twisted Metal and Fighting Force. I agree, man. I agree. We got Neethles with the $50. Praise God, my brother. And another one, Broadband Bully. We appreciate that, Neethles. Hey, man, him and Post Up, man. I think they done hit the lottery or something behind our backs.
Probably so. Yeah, probably so.
Praise God.
Oh, okay. Well, so I mean, I guess he said Sony. I mean, do something different. I just look at my take. People switch topic about the full the multiplayer thing. I think Sony looks at it as that third party kind of has that on lock. It's even with Halo or Gears, and I'm a big Gears fan. It's hard for those games to, I guess, to compete in this landscape when they're coming out every 3-4 years and where Duty or the Battlefields are coming out every year, they're able to change and on the fly, and they became, I guess they said, maybe a little old or a little stagnant. You know what I mean? That makes sense. And I guess Sony's just stick to what they're doing, what works for them. I mean, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Let me ask you this though. Forget. Like no one's talking about getting rid of those games, but how would you feel if Sony said, okay, we've got $180 million that we can spend on another brand new PlayStation character-based action-adventure game.
Okay.
Or we could take that $180 million and we could get an exclusive on. I'm pulling out my butthole, but we can get Slipgate or we can get Rainbow Six Siege only to be able to be played on PC and PlayStation consoles and sell for the next 4 years. Which would you take?
I would take another first party game. I don't know.
Yeah, because you don't know if those multiplayer deals have to be made before the game comes out, and you have no clue if it's even going to take off.
I know, but it's a hypothetical. I'm saying, assuming.
Jeff, I'll tell you this, right? To your question. The thing about that, right, is a gamer like me, and again, I'm just very opinionated, but I play Rainbow Six Siege. I may play it for a couple of months. After that, I'm tired of it because guess what? There's 200 other new shooters that have just come out. So my attention moves over to that. That attention span, when you have 200 brand new shooters constantly coming out, hey, I may fuck with this new Sony shooter game or whatever for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, right? I may put some money in there. And after that, I move on to the next. It's just, man, it's a ever-changing game.
Another thing is too, Sony's making 30% off of every single sale, of every single microtransaction, of everything, all of those multiplayer games.
Okay, it could be another scenario. It could be we're going to take 180 million and we're going to give 20 million of that to individual teams that are going to make smaller single-player character action games using the whatever, the God of War, what do they call it, the deck engine or whatever. I mean, whatever it is, I guess what I'm saying is you guys are saying that you don't think Sony is putting themselves in a dangerous position as competition is mounting from all sides on them by only being primarily focused on this type of single player character based game. You don't think that's a business danger?
So let me just say that. So this is the same with Hollywood movies. The majority of the budget for most movies in the AAA genre is in marketing. What Sony's doing right now is they're building themselves up as this place that's known to be a reputable place that if you get a story-driven game from them, it's going to be good. And through that, they could eventually cut down on the marketing, and that may allow them to take more chances on things like that. But that's also the other problem a lot of people don't consider is now it's not just about making the game. You have to market it because you're releasing into more games than ever before. You have more competition from all sides. So you have to spend money to get eyes on it. But once you build up that brand recognition, it's easier to put it out.
I don't think you're correct, though, about I know in movies, the prints and marketing and all that is more than the budget of the film. But that's never been that way in games unless you're talking about a very rare case. I mean, you know, you can make
Sony
God of
puts
War
their ads on TV. They put them in movie theaters. Like
Yes.
Sony spends money on marketing. Microsoft does not.
No one says they don't, but it's not equivalent to the budget of the game. When you spend $180 million or over that for Last of Us Part 2, they're not spending 280 or even 200 or even 150 million on marketing that one game. They spend a lot of money on marketing, and you'll see a lot of times that's why you see those ads where they put a lot of games in one single ad. But I'm not knocking Sony's marketing. It's great.
No, their marketing's the strongest advantage over Microsoft, in my opinion.
I think there's true, but I don't think the movie to game ratio works, only because in movies you're absolutely right. The budgets of the marketing sometimes dwarfs, but usually always outspends the budget of the actual production.
Okay.
You just think about YouTube ad spend and everything like that. I mean, there's a lot of marketing that goes into this stuff now.
Well, here's another avenue to look at it from, David, is the mere fact due to this Epic Games and Apple case, it came out when the Sony information came out. Come to find out, Epic Games had approached Sony about doing some stuff and they turned it down. Well, here's you got to think about it. Come out of that, 70% of all of those Fortnite players are playing it on PlayStation, right? So Sony going to go out and spend money in something that may or may not work for them because that's not really what they have been successful in the past, versus them saying, hey, look, 70% of all your shooters are going to come to my platform anyway, and not only that, but we dominate in that space. You have no choice but to come through us. We're going to make money regardless off of that. So why would I compete with that? Why would I compete with the Fortnites and those type of games?
Okay. How about this? Hold on. These last two bills, I got a question. We're gonna flip it right here. Time for some ambush journalism. The shit just kicked in. Woo! Let's go.
Select Start Gaming with the $5. This is why Halo stands out. There are no arena shooters left. Hey,
Select Start Gaming. Listen here, you come from a long line of tiptoe dancers, man. Don't let it go over your head, man. Next one, Halo is dog shit.
Oh, man.
So, no, that's all right.
Game Trousers with the $10. So, Griffin, so you telling me that Sony should keep making these walking simulators, don't make any variety of games? Take a look at Xbox Sea of Thieves. It's a risk and a huge success. Come on, dude. Oh,
hey, Game Trellers, fuck you.
Yeah, and how many years did it take to become a success?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Kid86 with the $2. Did your Ford get their 3 studios making shooters for PS5?
Oh, what Kid say?
Yeah, he said, did you forget they're making 3 they got 3 studios that are making shooters for
what color was
PS5?
that bill? What color was that bill?
That was blue.
Hey, Kid, listen, you done won about countless goddamn games. Take my goddamn Jake's hot in here. 9 goddamn games, a console. Bitch, you ain't never left nothing more than $2. Fuck you. Next bill.
Max City Entertainment, my brother, with the $20. GT7 Craig in that coon room, aka J-Dub. GT7 looks like a cell phone game. Absolutely dog shit. Forza Horizon caught a body already. He said, how your biggest franchise looking this bad? Delay that dog shit again. It's over. Like, listen, Max City Entertainment, if y'all don't know, my brother got cataracts. His eyes is all fucked up and he's cockeyed. So don't pay attention to him. GT7 look.
Can I really quickly to 2 quick ones?
Go ahead.
Well, the guy who don't have any money, the Thai Kid 86, Z's question was about the conference. I'm not living up Sony's butthole in terms of the future. You're asking me what I thought of the conference. If the conference would have included 3 studios making shooters for PS5, we would be having a different conversation.
Yeah.
Because I think they need to diversify. But all you guys are doing is showing your colors as bizarre as fuck fanboys that live and die by a fucking system. It's like, I don't give a shit who wins the console war. I have all of them. I'm just saying that, if Sony would have gone out there and said, here's some other stuff we're working on, but it's really early, then that would have been part of the conversation, but it's not.
Okay.
Last thing Ducky said, it's like arguing about a high quality sushi place making cheeseburgers. The fact of the matter is, maybe you're a young motherfucker, because Sony back in the day, that was where variety was, man. You could have action adventure games and then shooters and then racers and then party games. There was it's only been a high quality sushi restaurant for the last 10 years. Before that, it was a very varied landscape. So
okay. Okay, hold on. Let me get this real quick. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. 'Cause I got to speed this shit up here. Hold up 1 second. This is for J-Dubs. I'll be right back in there.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Another coon. Damn coons. I gotta do a coon analysis and a coon screening.
It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the coon chip in the average Negro.
Here we go. I'm ready. All right, check it out. Now, all right, now here's the question, right? Hypothetically speaking, right? You see, Sony's in bed with Disney right now on what they're doing. I think it's dope. You know what I mean? That'd be, a great superhero type game. And because normally, traditionally, when you had those movie tie-in games, they've been dog shit. I think Batman came out in the Arkham series that kind of set the bar. In my opinion, whether you're a DC fan or a Marvel fan, Spider-Man surpassed that. And then what's crazy, what Insomniac was able to do, even with, I think Miles Morales is better than, the first Spider-Man, right? Whether you can DLC, whatever the case may be, right? If you were Sony, I'm sorry, if you were Microsoft, Jaffe or Griffin, right? Listen and seeing how popular these games are, because not only with that comes in merch, comes in themed consoles and a whole bunch of stuff. Because you have non-gamers are gonna run out and buy this Spider-Man. They're gonna run out and buy the Wolverine or whatever, the Venom, whatever theme they're gonna do. Why do you think Microsoft's not going and hollering at DC, Spawn, or goddamn Mad Comics to get their own, superhero thing? Yeah, in your guys' opinion.
I can go ahead and go first. So I think it comes down to basically DC probably doesn't want to sign an exclusivity deal with Microsoft because they know they're not going to spread the brand, which is like what happened with PlayStation and MLB and why they were threatening to take away their license for MLB if they didn't put it on other consoles. Is because a lot of these studios look at these kind of brand deals as a way to kind of amplify their already existing businesses with these video games. And that was the MLB's problem with Sony, is they wanted it on all platforms to get more viewership. And I think the same thing could be said for a company like DC. They may not want their games being exclusive to the Xbox because it represents such a small portion of the overall gaming audience. I would say that.
Jaffe,
I would say that. Well, first off, you may be surprised to find how hard it was to convince upper management at Sony to greenlight the first Spider-Man. They did not want that game. They did not think it would do well. And I mean upper management. I don't mean Scott Rhodey. Scott Rhodey and Insomniac, all those guys were like, "Are you out of your fucking mind? This is brilliant," But it took a lot. Now they're obviously like, "Oh shit, this is great," right? But so who knows if that mentality exists at Microsoft as well? But what I would say is when you have a quality team like Insomniac that consistently puts out amazing games, then you can kind of go. They've already given us Ratchet. We have Nathan Drake. We have Joel and Ellie. We have God of War, all that shit. Let's roll the dice with something we don't own, but it could be good for us. But I think until Xbox is starting to create their own intellectual properties that endear the same kind of love and passion that the Sony first-party properties do, I think you're wasting, well over $100 million to make a game that, at the end of the day. Well, it would be great in the short term for Microsoft if it's a big hit, but ultimately they don't own anything. At the end of the day,
Sony already kind of owns Spider-Man, though. So that's the
fuck Spider-Man. Now listen here. This is me with the what you call the SJW. Fuck it. Not all lives, a lot of black lives matter. They got a black goddamn what's the name? Goddamn Clark Kent, Raheem Clark, whatever the fuck, whatever name that black motherfucker coming out. You got him. I would say go over that. What they say, blacks at Xbox. Go over that motherfucker. Cut a goddamn check. Let them make the goddamn game. And cause goddamn Wolverine, Venom. They got
How
the goddamn.
Do you make a spot for a Superman game though? Like that's the thing.
Not Superman, but I mean, what I mean. You got it can be the goddamn the black Superman. I mean Batman. I wouldn't give a somebody. Shit.
Are you saying you want a black superhero on Xbox?
No, I'm not. No, what I'm saying is here, right? Absolutely. Hey, I'm placating right now. You know what I mean? Pulling my black goddamn card. I'm afraid for my goddamn life, right? Look, what I'm saying is right. In Microsoft, this is my opinion, and maybe you guys, when we get to your bills in a minute, may feel different. They got a question for you too, Jaffe, right? The reason why I feel like Microsoft was so out of touch, right? Even look at this show. Whether you listen, we can be subjective or objective. You look at the show, what they show, whether you like the games, like you show the patient show. Microsoft does this show. You got a middle-aged white man over there with a receding hairline. Somebody was his wife's dream and passion. Nobody gives a fuck about all that shit there. They're just so like out of touch and out of sync. Then I guess they get what's the dude named Paris? This spitball hit motherfucker. Yeah. That shit is trash, man. You know, remember when they had the other guy, Jay Allard? That's when they had the cool hip Xbox. They're just not that anymore. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
So it's an old.
You don't kind of agree, Jaffe or Griffin? Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at this.
I 100% agree. I mean, it felt like Sony showed more in 40 minutes than Microsoft did in 2 hours.
Whether you can like the
3 additional shows after.
Whether you like the games or not, whether they're traditional or the stuff. I'm even talking about the pacing of the show and knowing. Knowing
the pacing, the direction,
what's going on, what the gamers are asking for. Because if you look on Twitter, like, you know what I mean, Spider-Man was huge, like no brainer. You know what I mean, a good developer, had nothing to do with the movie, hit home. So I mean, if I was in Microsoft and I got this big ass war chest, right? I got the money from goddamn King Tut. I'm looking at that right there. You know what? Hey, fine. Then we have a Spawn game, you know, a few eons ago. Let's go holler at Todd Von Fell and dope head ass. Hey, Todd, what's up, Todd? And what's the guy, the black guy that act? It ain't gotta be a black guy. But you know, let's get this here. You know what I mean? Like, why not? I think, in my opinion, they said, you know what? We spent $7.2 billion on Bethesda, and let's rest on our laurels with that. And they can't be until that shit gets ready to come out.
Well, they're doing it. Look, man, I'm one of the biggest Indiana Jones fanboys, you know. I think it's stupid they're making an Indiana Jones game. And I'm excited for it. I love Indiana Jones, but that's pretty fucking stupid. You know, I don't know why when games cost what they do, people are spending this kind of money on intellectual property that they don't own. It doesn't, I wouldn't do it unless you know, if you can afford to roll the dice in your Sony and they can afford to roll the dice, cool. But I wouldn't be going, you know, do we want to roll the dice on something that after the deals are done and the contract's expired, we're left with nothing but the money we made at the time? We don't own the IP. We can't make sequels till the cows come home. I just think it's dumb. If you want to make a black superhero at Xbox,
hey, well, I'm sorry, it doesn't have to be black, but it can be goddamn Jane Fonda and goddamn Wonder Woman. It could be any goddamn thing here.
Okay, but I'm saying why not just make a new one? Why not just go out and hire Brian Michael Bendis? Why not go out and hire Todd McFarlane and say, look, we want you to make us the next great superhero? And I don't mean the fucking Infamous shit. Problem with Infamous was they didn't own it. They were like, oh, it's a superhero, but he's dressed like a normal guy. It's like, no, give him a fuck you, Rich. Z's the one who said make him a fucking black superhero. I didn't say it.
Oh my god. We got some bills here. Oh my god. We got a few bills here. Praise God.
Praise God. B Staples with the $2. Sony has 0 RPGs and first-person shooters. 0. Listen, man, they got Final Fantasy 7 remake exclusive. They got Final Fantasy 16. They got all that shit is.
They got Knights of the Republic.
Out of here. Yeah, exactly. They got y'all games.
They got Demon Souls.
I mean, they got Deathloop. How about that? Who else? What else we got here? Hold on, let me make sure. Emmanuel. Oh man! Oh, praise God! See, praise
more
God.
bills. Praise goddamn God! They get God.
On the hog fund. 3 Mile Island with the $10. Hey Jaffe, put your money where your mouth is. Dust off your resume and get back in there with Sony in a corporate role. Then you can start pulling strings yourself. If you're right, stop talking and make it happen. Yeah, buddy.
It's more fun.
Yeah, he says it's more fun talking about shit than doing it. Illis Cat in Nebraska with the $5. We need a new Transformers games. Fall of Cybertron was great. High Moon Studios made a great multiplayer. Illest Cat, Nebraska.
Hey, Illest, you my man. You my man, man. Do me a favor, man. Go tongue kiss your uncle, and then tell your auntie you love her. Goddamn Transformers. next goddamn building. What?
Xbox gonna get GoBots, like somebody said earlier.
The roof went to $10. Put Max City and Game Trousers in that room. Man, you going in there for the capping you be doing in the Discord, and Game Trousers, you need to go walk your dog before you get another whooping. Yeah,
buddy.
Live on air that happened. God damn. Max City Entertainment with the $10. Free me, fuck nigga. This ain't what we doing, big fella.
Oh man.
Sycamore with the $5. Superman game equals trash, risky business. Oh man. They don't want to believe it. We got my brother Emmanuel A1 with the $3. Xbox supports black gamers. Static Shock game coming soon. Oh,
Emmanuel. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, brother. Woo-hoo. Next question.
Illest Cat, Nebraska with the $5. Xbox got new exclusives. Meteor Man starring Robert Townsend. Game Pass, they were Xbox's trash. Oh man.
We got Pluto Nash is coming pretty soon, and what was the Bill Cosby superhero movie? There you go. You got all your black superheroes.
Blank Man.
Yeah.
Blank Man. Yeah.
Max City Entertainment with the $10. Free game trailers. He said free him too, just cause I can. Oh man, Max, $10 too much. Big Stout with the $5. My brother, what's good? Xbox executives are out of step from the beat. Good product, but out of rhythm. Yeah. They trying to go get on beat to praise God. Poor baby. Yeah, man. We got Zim in the house with the $2. Very smart question and answer, Z. Spook at the door. Oh man.
Oh my God.
What else we got? Greatness 84 with the $5. What's good, Z and panel? Hope I didn't miss too much of the show.
No.
Come on in, brother. Come on in.
All right. But basically what I'm trying to say, right, at the end of the day is that what right now, what's your competitive? If right now we know that Disney, whatever type of deal they have, maybe first, right, or to whatever hold of Disney's characters, right? Even how they even snuck it in, got the nice Snow Republic, whether it's a time exclusive a year. That's like a huge deal, in my opinion. But what I'm trying to say is, go over to DC, and whether I understand, you got the money to do it, and perception is everything, because what at the end of the day is like, I don't understand. Game Pass is a hell of a value. I love Game Pass. I'm a big fan of it, right? When I come to these questions, you have so much, and I don't know how you can be sometimes the hobo of gaming. You end with nothing and you start with nothing. Now, yes, you bought a publishing, but those games are coming. For those people that like, I know Griffin, you like those type of games. You guys like the Fallout games. It's not really my thing, but I'm not knocking those that like them. You know what I mean? Games like was it Hellblade 2? Or I'm a big fan of Fable, although way off. But what they did today, you got the street yesterday, 2 days ago, what Sony did. Wolverine, another Spider-Man, God of War. Like this, like they need to do that. Not that, but that, you know what I mean? What I'm saying, so me looking at that, right? You know what I mean? With more money than goddamn King Midas. You know what? I'm gonna go talk to wasn't AT&T just trying to sell these motherfuckers off? Hey, buddy, go on that bitch with $100 million. Let me get the next goddamn Batman game exclusive to our goddamn console. Y'all make it, and we get the theme console, like that, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Me, I'm just very competitive. You know what I mean? It's an investment. Guess what? You know what? You might lose on an end, but you know what? You get more people to Game Pass, more people to buy the box. I understand you don't need the box to get the service, but still, you still enter to sell hardware. You know what I mean? And and something to keep your fans happy. You gave me Flight Simulator, Honey, I Struck the Fuck niggas and bleeding ass. You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
They just need some big names behind their platform. That's the thing, is these games could be like 4 years out. Just get people talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I mean. Like they just, you know what I mean? Like I got the world again. I got the world's most powerful console. I know Jaffe, you really don't care about the graphics, that stuff. You know what I mean? But that's what the heart. Whether the fanboys, the whatever, get to talk. But we seen some screenshots come off from Redfall. Doesn't look that good, graphically impressive. You know what I mean? We seen whether it's CGI or not. You know what I mean? It's what they're selling. But then God of War comes on. Now I've seen to the left, for the right, they're using the same assets. Not that big of a deal. Now, Jaffe, you gave a very interesting take about the set piece and what they didn't show, what they show. What were your thoughts about God of War?
I think it looks. I mean, I'm sure it will be great. I know Eric Williams. He's awesome. He's brilliant.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, Jaffe. I'm sorry. One thing. I'm sorry. It's two questions. I haven't spoken to you. I may have, but since you played, what were your thoughts about the first one? And then we can lead to
one, God of War 2018. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
About time you played. Like I've been playing for 19 goddamn years. What were your thoughts?
One of the best things I've played in a very long time. It's a phenomenal game.
How they tied in, I guess sort of the softer side of Sears with Kratos with his son, and there are consequences to killing a guy. How do you know? Like that was dope. You know what I mean? So going off, until the new one. Any expectations of what you're looking forward to, and from what they showed from the trailer?
Well, okay, so like I said on a video I made, so much about. I mean, God of War 2018 was great for so many reasons, but one of the big reasons was, to me, was it had such an interesting way to still be God of War, but be relevant and new and meaningful in today's world and with today's audiences that had come up with God of War and all that stuff. So it being self-referential to the old games, but also both celebrating, but also pushing those old games away and saying, quote, we've grown up. All of that, I think that's that. Like I said in my video, that's a rabbit you can pull out of a hat only once. And now that you no longer have that as the wow factor, you're left with just sort of what the game is, right? And the game was phenomenal, but my concern was less with what the game will be, because I have great faith in Sony Santa Monica. I have great faith in Eric Williams. Eric was there on the original God of War. I was working with Eric back in 2003 and 2004, and he's been on every God of War since. He's the right guy to take this over. But the trailer, I thought, was really underwhelming, because it didn't excite with the promise of anything really that new. People were like, what, Atreus was riding on a glowing unicorn or something. It's like, yeah, but it was he's like a guy that, you hit a button and he goes off and he does something in the background, but you're not actually going to be, riding horses. Not that that would matter. People do that all the time now. But I didn't see any really interesting new weapons. I didn't see any interesting new locations, other than one monster that looked like a boss or a mid-boss. I didn't see any unique kind of sense of here's how you fight in a way that is fresh and interesting, or navigate in a way. Like, there was just nothing. Everybody who's saying it looks like DLC, and that's not bad, because DLC to one of the greatest games made in the last 5 years ain't something to sneeze at, but it does look like DLC. And in the chat, Brian is saying you have to keep surprises. Sure, but that's like saying if you want to advertise the new Fast and the Furious movie, you just put up a title that says Fast and the Furious. Don't worry, go see it. I mean, yeah, but part of a trailer is you want to, you still have to excite people. And I don't think it was that exciting as a trailer. I'm not concerned about the game though.
The only part that I thought was really cool is the part where they teased Thor, because that was the one thing I felt was missing from the first one. Is there just weren't that many epic boss fights.
It wasn't.
Which is what I really love about God of War, is the boss fights. So that's what I was hoping more of them to tease, but they really only did it.
But you had that at the end of God of War 2018, so they already blew that.
And you didn't, though. Like, I mean, let's face it, they weren't anywhere near the scale of God of War.
No. I mean teasing Thor. That was the great reveal. So it's like, it's nice that they're going to pay it off, but it's not like they saved Thor until
I get what you're saying. I was just hoping they were going to tease more of the bosses that you would see throughout the game. That's kind of what I was saying. Because that's always the aspect of God of War I've enjoyed the most, and that's the most memorable parts of the game for me, is fighting those massive bosses or just really cool fights in general. And that's what I felt like was missing from 2018.
Let me ask you a question, because you seem like an even-keeled kind of fella. We've never met before. But I'm looking at the chat right now, and maybe I shouldn't be, but it's like immediately people are like thinking I'm hating on God of War.
Yeah, that's the natural reaction.
I mean, why? What is that? I just sat there and said it's going to be great. I believe in Aaron.
You know why? You know why, Jaffe?
No, I don't know why. I'm fascinated by it.
Well, listen here, right? I have a chat full, excuse my French, fuck niggas. And that's what they do. Fuck nigga shit. But no, it took you a while to play it. Jaffe, it's like pulling out your wisdom teeth with no anesthesia. I've been asking your ass for about how long I'm doing you, but the year and that, bro. Stream got God of War. Your take God of War. You know what I mean? And that's why probably that you don't like it, or how you say you may seem bitter. I did the same thing with me. They think I hate on what's it, Weapon Wheel? Not Weapon Wheel. All those. I make more money than all of them. Fuck, I can give two shits. Yeah, bitch. Try my bins. But that's why you took so long to play it.
I just said I loved it when I played it.
I know. It took you the 19 goddamn. By the time you played the game, it was $4, Jaffe. They said you didn't support the developers. You bought it used. They said you bought it used from goddamn Blockbuster for $4.
I fucking gave life to that fucking game. That game doesn't exist
bought it used
without me. So forgive me, unwashed masses of fuckery, if I had a little bit of hesitancy and a little bit of my own weird psychology.
No, they said you were hating extremely cheap and you didn't support the developers.
Relate to people on the chat because you ain't done shit.
Talk that shit, Jaffe.
Forgive me for having a more unique, nuanced relationship with the goddamn game. Okay? But I happen to have done shit with my life. I happen to have made games that people love and will go down in history.
Talk that shit, Jaffe.
Shit off. That's I did not play it because I was salty. I didn't play it because I was busy making other games and I didn't have any idea how it would hit me when I played a game that was my child in someone else's hands after that had been changed dramatically. So fuck, not you of course, but fuck off, chat, you fucking morons.
You hear that right, chat? He said he climbed Mount Everest and had sex with 2 big black bitches. He ain't had time to play the goddamn game, goddamn it. Talk that shit, Jaffe.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Second more with the $5. Have y'all not seen Craig? Why would Marvel trust Microsoft and Xbox Studios with their most powerful superheroes? Sure as hell wouldn't. I didn't say
let them develop it. No, I was saying let them, who they have already. When they just trying to sell off some shit, have them fucking, make it or whatever the fuck the case may be. And Arc, what's the name of the studio? Rocksteady, whatever the fuck it is. And just, have them do it. That's all.
Take 248 with the $10. Good point, Z. Sony merging Marvel from movies to gaming with Insomniac raising the bar in its game changing. It's almost imperative Xbox make some kind of DC character exclusive or IP of some sort.
That's all true. I was saying. It's reception. We know.
Also, with those Sony games come TV shows and movies we know that they're making. So that's a whole nother, category of stuff we can talk about. Gotta be legend with the 2500 CRC. Jaffe, do you think PlayStation is at a risk of getting stale because of action, adventure, and superhero focus?
I think they are at a risk of being seen as a
monopoly,
as a one-trick pony, and I think that leaves a competitor a great ability to slide in and disrupt their leadership position. That's exactly what I think. That doesn't mean I don't love their fucking games. I'm playing them right now, but I do think, yes, they are in a position where if they put all their apples, and they keep putting all their apples in this basket, and we're starting to deal with lots more competition, whether you like Game Pass or Switch or PC or mobile or whatever, someone's going to come along and be able to disrupt them because they're basically, they're focused on one direction of the battle and they need to sort of spread out. That's what I think.
But who would be that disruptor?
I don't. Yeah, because you see what Nintendo's doing with that shit.
Does their own shit. Microsoft is getting away from consoles in general. Like Sony's really the only one left holding that line.
Well, you do have that Kentucky Fried Chicken console.
The question is what you're talking about disrupting. I'm talking about disrupting the time and money people spend on games. Whether they do it on a console, whether they do it streaming, whether they,
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, Jaffe, with that being said, right, you made a great point because the thing that came out was you got Game Pass, fill 300 games, right? 300 games, $15 a month. But the stats came out showing that because of so many of those games and because of the cheap entry fee, people are just basically casually, they don't know what to play, and they just go and play a couple of games. Nobody's playing all 300 of the games, so it's still sitting dormant. A lot of these games people play for 5-10 minutes, try it out, and then they move on. So it's kind of like that. Do you think that that's kind of a thing as well? Like,
I think it's as much of a thing as it is on Netflix and HBO Max and Disney Plus. I mean, not everybody watches most of the movies that are on Netflix, but it's, you know, overall the value proposition is such that it's worth that $15 or whatever you end up paying a month. And so there's also stats that have come out that said that Game Pass has created people playing more games and a more variety of games. So, and look, I've said I think Sony could eat Xbox's lunch with PS Now if they ever wanted to. But you know, because they have better games, but that's clearly not in their interest right now, and that's totally fine. But yeah, so that's what I think.
Oh, we gotta give these people right quick.
Max City Entertainment with the $2. Craig Big Brother is GT7 Craig.
Oh man.
Gold Records with the $2. Xbox new exclusive, The Adventures of Craig, aka Grid. Oh man, style Grid out, man. What else we got? Make sure I didn't miss any.
Praise God.
Okay, we back to that. Coming on down. Game Over HD with the $5. Bots want a Marvel game. How about Howard the Duck? It will play best on Xbox Series X. Facts. Oh man. Bay Area with the $5. What's up, panel?
What's up?
Good show, Z. Hit the like button. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, brother.
We got 400 people watching. We got 200 likes. That's a 50-50 ratio. I love it.
3 Mile Island.
Island with the $5. Jaffe, you didn't create this Kratos. You created the old Kratos, the fun, dumb Kratos. This new Kratos has a soul. You would make God of War indie if you could. No thanks, sir.
Wait, who said that shit there?
If you don't think Kratos has a soul, you've never played fucking God of War.
Who the fuck said that right there?
I'm thrilled that someone as dumb as you actually learned how to turn on the computer to type that message, okay? But let's be clear, 3 Mile piece of shit, okay? That Kratos, that team, that studio, that doesn't exist without me. You know what they would be making right now? They'd be making shit for Activision because that studio wouldn't be alive because you know what they made before I got there was Connecticut, which sold about as much as Drawn to Death. So sit the fuck down with your fucking 5 pounds. Oh, sorry, my 5 pounds. Chip hero, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you shithead.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Hey, hold up. This is for him. Hold up.
Now,
I don't know how you can say that shit.
road trip,
What?
niggas been hitting me up about that road trip, nigga. If I take that road trip, what you gonna say, nigga? Huh? What the fuck you gonna say, bitch? If I take that motherfucking road trip, nigga, what the fuck you gonna say, nigga? Huh? If I pull the fuck up on you, nigga, what are you gonna say, bitch? Now,
Watch your motherfucking mouth, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh man, Mark Ashworth with the $5. SIE has multiplayer games coming. Remember, they have multiplayer games coming from Naughty Dog, Insomniac, Firewalk, Deviation, and Haven. Listen, we got Ghost of Tsushima, Legends. You know, we got that. Listen, they got a lot of multiplayer.
I ain't gonna
games.
lie. I don't want Sony doing no shooters. Hey, just do what you do best, baby. Leave them shooter shit alone.
Yeah, they try with
Leave that shit alone.
We got Bay Area already. Game Over HD, we got him too. Gotta be Legend with the 1000 CRC based Jaffe. Oh man. What else we got?
It was another one for $2 by somebody, Craig.
Black Sabbath with the $2. David, which hero would you like to make in a game?
You mean like a superhero game?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to make games anymore, but I would love. I was as much as I'm Wolverine. I have faith in Wolverine because of the studio and the director. And that said, though, Wolverine's challenging because Wolverine very quickly runs the risk of being like those old Activision licensed games like Minority Report or something where it's just room after room, wave after wave of guys to beat up on. So for me, I would love to see them tackling something more interesting like Doctor Strange, where you more interesting powers and abilities other than just your ability to fight. But that said, I have great faith. I'm sure Wolverine will be phenomenal, and that's got to be something that they've spent time going, okay, if we're going to get this character we love, what is the moment to moment? What is the core gameplay loop? Because it's going to get really boring if it's just Devil May Cry locking you in a room after room and just, you know, beating up 20 enemies and then you get to move on. But I would like to see Doctor Strange as a game being made out there. I would like to see I like more of the magic users. I like Zatanna on the DC part.
Santana. Carlos Santana.
What's that?
Is it Carlos Santana?
No, Zatanna is a really hot magician.
Okay.
Is that not?
And then let's see. I don't know. I mean, I love Superman, but I'm not dying to play him in a game.
Yeah, I don't think that would work well.
No?
I think it could work. I've never understood the reason people.
Others would just dog
light
shit.
Controls would be a little weird, and then not to mention Superman is just overpowered.
How about this?
Yeah, but just change it. I mean, that every time they make a movie or an episode of the show, they got to come up with enemies that can kick his ass.
I got two more questions for Jaffe before we tell everybody. Oh, my shit done disappeared. Wait, hold on. Hold on. You see, we get these last bills here. What the hell happened? Wait, hell, there you go. Gatos? Am I here by myself? Hello.
Yeah, but I would say my gut says Doctor Strange.
Logic Worlds with the $5. This fucking nigga Jaffe sounded like a bitter ex-wife. Fucking nigga said, "You wouldn't be shit without me." Yeah, buddy, get that fucking nigga off the stage.
He said you'd be nothing without David Jaffe Ruffin. Tell him, Jaffe, fuck him.
What I love is, first off, I have a great relationship with my ex-wife, you piece of shit. Number two, I'm not saying they wouldn't be shit without me. I have gone on, I know he's just fucking around, but I have gone on record many times saying I wouldn't be shit without that team. That team is amazing. But I'm not fucking with you. That's the same team that made Connecticut. That's the same team that before I said, you know, that they came to me and said, we want to make a game about a terrorist in the future who throws bombs at people and that's his only weapon. That was what the art team was proposing before, you know, I got off Twisted Metal Black and, you know, so, you know, it takes a village and that's a great fucking village, but go fuck yourself, motherfucker. I know what I've contributed. Maybe that's the reason you guys think it's salty. I'm grateful for what I laid some big ass fucking bricks in this business and I love it. And I'm done being on the stage. I don't need to be on the stage, but I love critiquing the goddamn play that's going on right now.
Okay. We got Viewmaster 617 with the $5. David Jaffe is in his bag. Yeah, man.
What does that mean? I've seen that in the chat a bunch. What's that mean?
In your bag?
Yeah.
Hey, man, you popping your shit. You in your zone. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you off your shit.
I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't know why does it mean that. I'm very
square. In your bag. You know what I mean? Like, you popping your shit. You know, you mean David Jaffe. That's a good thing.
I'm in my bag, baby. All right, got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy Bull with the $2. Shooters are a dime a dozen. He said, Sony, leave me alone. Yeah, man. Here's some X25 with the $5. Microsoft should cut a deal with Marvel. Go drop a bag for Jonathan Hickman and have him write out X-Men Legends 3. If they ain't doing that, it'll be almost impossible for Microsoft
They don't want to risk
like
losing that Spider-Man right for the Avengers.
Just for that shit to be in Game Pass? Come on, man. True SSJ Havoc with the $5. I'm here to support you, brothers, as always. Jaffe, I'm going back to Platinum. All of those God of War games. Love this series. Yeah, buddy. Logic Worlds with the $2. He said, pull your skirt down, B. Oh, man. Stall him out. Kiyski with the $5. Yeah. Oh man, Kiyski with the $5. After 30 plus years of the original game characters, we have fallen so low that comic book characters are the last hope. LOL. It's just feeding you nostalgia. Oh man, you know he's an Xbox gamer.
Okay, that's the last one.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, here's the question.
Key Loki. I got you, player. I got you. We got Key Loki. He said he super chatted something, so let's see. It better not be $1. If I have to scroll all the way back up for $1, brother.
So what's his name? What's his name? Kilowski?
I have a question though.
Oh, let's see. Yeah.
So, because I know these guys are paying the bills and stuff, but this Logic Worlds guy, because he paid, I want to help him and pull my pull my skirt down, but it's already down because my dick's in his mother's mouth. So what do I do?
Oh, shit.
Hey, Jaffe, he's only 9 years old. Jaffe, he's 9.
I can't help it. She, you know.
She's like, we got skinny dipping with piranhas with the $5. Do you think Sony will end up with their own superhero team by 2025? Since now they have Spider-Man and Wolverine and Venom and all that.
No, they don't need to. They got 900 characters in that Spider-Man. Even though they own the movie rights, but they don't own the merch rights. But they working, as long as they keep a good deal with Sony, they don't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with Marvel, they got a good relationship with Marvel.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think so.
If you think Sony and Insomniac are not seriously considering building their own little version of the MCU in video games, I think you'd be wrong. I would be very surprised if we don't see Wolverine and Spider-Man in each other's stories. I really would.
And that's not even to mention the possible movie crossovers that these games are going to coincide with too.
Exactly. So, okay, David, this is just a quick question, right? Yes or no, right? Would it be possible with God of War, right? Because you got your Atreus, aka Loki, right? Is it possible in the future, some kind of way, they would merge that story or have a variation of that story, moving over Loki over into the Marvel game as Spider-Man or whatever whatever.
I mean, anything's possible, but I think Spider-Man getting Loki is impossible only because you'd have to license that. I mean, Sony owns the only thing Sony owns is the rights to Spider-Man movies. They don't own the rights to Spider-Man and Loki and all that stuff in their own cinematic universes or story universes in video games. So, but there is rumor that Disney is trying to buy Spider-Man from Sony for $8 billion. So, the rights back. So who knows? But I don't know. I mean, I think that starts to get maybe a little. That would be really weird that you're merging PlayStation fiction into actual Marvel MCU canon, but at the same time they did have a Loki alligator, so who the fuck knows?
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, it's just, think about it. At the end of the day, Marvel's making money, Sony's making money. Like, what do they really have to lose? They're taking care of the IP and making sure it's good. Like, all I can see is an upside where it's money being made.
So there's always more money to be made. And
it's not enough money.
Only think about.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah. I know Jaffe. I didn't see you had to leave. Let me get these last. I got two questions.
We got Logic World for $5, and I'm currently. He said, and I currently have your ex-wife on speed dial, fuck nigga. Don't start a war before I have you looking like Cliffy B out here, fuck nigga. Oh, man.
Does it feel like Logic to be getting my sloppy seconds? That's number one. Number two, what does it feel like that the only way you're being paid attention to is you're having to pay for it? Nobody invited your dumbass on this show. You're here because you're spending your money and Z's going to go out and buy shit for his kids. That's why you're here, Logic Worlds. That's why you're even on our radar. Because you had to pay.
Cut the tapes. Cut the tapes. Oh, these cameras is rolling. No. Oh my God. Oh yeah, buddy. Hey, everybody getting around the blogs. Woo-wee. This shit done went off the rails. Yes, I feed the homeless. Yes, this is all charity work here, brother. My God. Oh my God.
Look like Cliffy B. He's a good-looking guy compared to me. I'd love to have Cliff's looks. I'll trade him.
Oh man, Morgan Kimes, a lovely and beautiful Morgan Kimes with the $20. Just showing some support. Great show as always, Z. Glad to have you on the show, Jaffe.
Baby girl,
buddy, we appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that. We got RNF with the $2. J and Z swallow that low Jim Ryan protein. Oh man,
oh my God.
He ain't never had a bitch with titties. Don't pay him no mind. What else we got? Logic.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Let me read it.
Go ahead, Jaffe.
Logic says, how do you feel to not have a relevant game since you got the boot from Sony Santa Monica? Fucking let's go, LOL. Listen, fuckstick, I didn't get the boot from Sony Santa Monica. Here's how I got the boot. I went to them and said, I want to start my own game company. They said, oh shit, don't leave us, Jaffe. I said, I have to. I want to go be rich. They said, okay, but can we publish your game? That's how I got the boot, you stupid fucker. And guess what? After Twisted Metal came out, did make a profit, but wasn't massively successful, guess what Sony did again? They said, hey, Jaffe, we want to make some real fucking money. Make us another game. Here's $15 million. Go make your own fucking studio. So how does it feel? It feels like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But again, seriously, though, your mom blows a dick like fucking, Satchmo blew a fucking trumpet, so I appreciate it.
Oh my God.
All right, my God. Praise God. Hallelujah. All right, Jaffe, I didn't even let you go about here. One last bill.
Oh shit, B Staples with the $2. Wolverine coming 2025. I'll be playing Fable by then. What? Oh man. Logic Worlds with the $5. And how's that going for last? How's that going for last? I heard what game you dropped that had any relevance in the last 2 years. So
okay, so let me ask you guys this, because I see this as sort of an attempt at insult. That I get this a lot.